very chilly Detroit, Michigan is the site for the Crest White Strips International Figure Skating Challenge. The winter weather has taken hold here in the midsection of the country. It is beginning to feel a lot like Christmas, and to help usher in the holidays, the best field of the season so far has assembled here in suburban Detroit. As we welcome you inside the Palace of Auburn Hills, where today the most renowned men and ladies in the world of figure skating face off in what is for many their first meeting since the Olympic Games.
And hi everybody, I'm Terry Gannon. Happy holidays to you and your family. If you are a skating fan, Christmas has indeed come early this afternoon here in Detroit, because outside of the World Championships later this season, this is the deepest, most talented field that we'll see compete head-to-head. It includes the names that battled for the gold medal in Salt Lake City at the Olympic Games, and those that will no doubt figure prominently when the Olympics roll around once again in 2006. Peggy Fleming joins us a little bit later when Sarah Hughes, the Olympic champ, and the ladies take the ice. But right now, the men are on the ice warming up for their free skates. And we turn our attention to the two-time Olympic champion, Mr. Dick Button. Good to see you, Mr. Button.
Thank you, Mr. Gannon. Good to see you.
What about this group here? The top three men in the world, Yagudin, Plashenko, and Gable, set to go.
Well, you know, I kind of think that this competition has been scheduled as the reunion of the Salt Lake Winter Olympic men's competition. I mean, when you have the gold, the silver, and the bronze medal winners, what else can you ask for? But the question is, what's the scene now, 10 months later? I mean, Alexei Yagudin has withdrawn from the Grand Prix and is suffering from hip ailments that may forever spell the end of his phenomenal tap dancing straight line steps. And Evgeny Plashenko, well, he's been soaring through the fall competitive season with dazzling quadruple combinations. I mean, he's got blonde hair flashing like a Russian version of Brad Pitt. I really don't like him. And Timothy Gable, well, after straining a hip, he's back to jumping like a spinning top. The name of the game seems to be who can remain free of injury. Now, that is not the best way for this sport to advance, but it seems to be the route that it's taking.
You know, when the light strikes you a certain way, you could pass for Brad Pitt.
You need glasses.
Maybe not. Here's the order in which the men will skate. On the ice first, the reigning world bronze medalist from Japan, Takeshi Honda. Michael Weiss, the two-time world bronze medalist, is here. Then the final three, Alexei Yagudin, Timothy Gable, and Yevgeny Plashenko, the top three men in the world today. One program, one free skate. That is it. 4.5 minutes long for the men. And on the ice first, the four-time national champion of Japan, Takeshi Honda.
Honda's a superb jumper. Triple flip right there. Skating to the music from the motion picture The Mummy. We've seen that before many times in competition in the last year. Name of the game, quadruple jumps. Here's one. Quadruple toe loop with hands down. That'll be a deduction, but it was full revolution.
Honda came in fourth at the Olympics in Salt Lake. This year on the Grand Prix circuit, he won Skate Canada, won the bronze medal at Trophy La Ligue, and was the leader at the NHK Trophy after the short program, but had some mistakes and fell to second.
Triple salto, not a quadruple. Now watch this camel. Look at his toe right there. He's way up on the front part of the blade. That is not as good as being back on the flat. That sit spin was not low enough. Spins are okay. They certainly don't compare with the level of jumping. Triple toe lift. beautiful combination.
Takeshi is one of those who has been relatively injury-free. He has dealt with an ankle injury throughout the season, but nothing like the hip injury for Timothy Gable or the hip for Alexei Yagudin. But a great opportunity for him here after his success in the Grand Prix Series to find out where he is in his skating against some of the top skaters in the world.
Landing edge that was totally out of control, no checking, and he, of course, flipped right out of it. Footwork. Now, we've seen some pretty brilliant straight line footwork from skaters like Alexei Yagudin. How does this stack up? Okay. Not really very interesting choreography. Quality is very shallow. It doesn't go anywhere. Doesn't help it.
Otherwise okay, right?
Yeah, but he's a magnificent jumper. Look at those triple jumps that he pulls off. Security and wonderful height on that death drop right there, but then a very weak sit spin position. Butterfly, go back sit spin. You know, he's a marvelous athlete. He's a great jumper. But I mean, I don't understand this program. In the first place, The Mummy isn't particularly exciting music, and we've seen it many times before. And the choreography really doesn't go. I don't know what all those arm movements are for. But, you know, then I guess I'm picking a little bit.
We'll see if we can get him to explain later on.
All right.
We'll ask Takeshi.
He's too good a skater for that. Now, this quadruple combination. First, a quad toe. But the landing right here is off balance. He touches his hands down and is unable to do the second part of the combination. But in this move right here, a triple axel. Watch the takeoff edge, the extension of the legs, the revolution of the feet in the air. Very, very nice. Straight up, straight legs, beautiful triple combination. Magnificent. And then here again, watch this quadruple toe, which turns out not to be 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down, but he can't check it. The leg landing goes to a back inside edge, and he's out of the picture.
Now, there are 5 judges on the panel here in Detroit, and unlike the Grand Prix events that have taken place throughout the season, we will know which judge gave which mark. This is not the anonymous system that the ISU is using this year, but the USFSA system. So, here we go. The first set for technical merit, 5 5s across the board. And now the second set for presentation, Dick, in the 5-6, 5-7 range.
Well, I mean, there's obviously no difference of opinion. It's the first skater, and all the judges are in agreement, I think, that it's like A- skating.
So those are the marks for Takeshi Honda. Right now, let's join the 4th member of our crew, Peter Carruthers, who is with the Olympic champ, Sarah Hughes.
Thank you, Terry. Sarah, you got some great news today from one of the most outstanding universities in the world. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's a great weekend for me. It's today I got early acceptance to Harvard University, and it's extremely exciting. And on top of that, I have able to get my feet back in the competitive mode a little bit, so I'm looking forward to getting on the ice also.
Absolutely. On that note, it's been a little bit of a slow start this season. Injuries, not on the Grand Prix. What can we expect with your debut here?
Yeah, it's I haven't competed in a very long time, and I'm just looking to find my legs tonight and put my programs out there. I just haven't competed in a while, and I'm eager to get back out there and get a start on things.
Looking forward to the U.S. Championships. What's it going to take for you to win that championship?
Just a lot of practice and persistence, and I believe if I really want it, it's possible.
Well, good luck as you move forward this season and with this competition.
Thank you.
Terry?
All right, Peter, thank you. I wonder if Sarah knows that Dick Button is an alum of Harvard. Will she still join the ranks? We'll see. Michael Weiss, the two-time world bronze medalist who comes off a win in his last Grand Prix event, is next here in Detroit.
And I would like to wish you and your family a safe and happy holiday season.
And Sarah Hughes will take the ice a little bit later. By the way, happy Hanukkah to all of you from all of us at ABC Sports. On the ice right now, Michael Weiss, the two-time world bronze medalist, two-time U.S. champion, who comes off a win at Trophy Lalique in the Grand Prix Series, where he went from 5th after the short program to the top step of the podium. A major move in the free skate. And he's rejuvenated coming off of that win.
Never seemed to quite be able to give it that little extra height to get unhooked at the end. But it was a valiant try and really very good revolution.
He has landed a quad in competition, including in Salt Lake at the Olympics.
He has another quadruple planned right here, a toe.
There you go. Got to be thrilled to have just landed the quad a moment ago. And Dick, what's your take on Michael Weiss's skating? He was really down and out, really struggling before that win at Trophy Lalique.
Because he wants it, because he works hard at it, and when he doesn't do well, he comes back fighting. That's the name of the game. Toe combination, very nice. Settling down that he's done, that he's had in the past, and it's very nice to see the control that he's come to grips with and learned to do. And that wonderful kind of do spread eagles on his heels like that. That's an unfortunate thing. That was a triple Lutz only, but he just didn't seem to have the energy or the pull to hold on to it. Some very nice elements to his skating that have come to the fore, particularly in the last year. I think he's improved a great deal. He's lost weight. He's in wonderful shape. And I think it shows when he does do a great performance and pulls off a win like he's had this fall.
And next month, he'll go after his third U.S. title in Dallas. Michael Weiss.
Now this opening move of a quadruple Lutz. Watch what happens right here. Reach back step, good revolution all the way through, but you can see the 2 feet tap on the ice in the landing. Right here is a second look at it. Right there, two taps, and that doesn't secure him enough marks for a perfect score. Triple axel, triple toe, a little bit insecure on the edging, but the revolutions were first rate. And this last move that he had, a triple Lutz, right here. Watch the revolution, the landing. He's leaning forward. The hands go down. He's turning. That's sort of a bad ending for this program, a bad last movement.
And 5.7. Now, along with his wife, Lisa, who also serves as his choreographer, the first set of marks for technical merit, 5.6 to 5.8.
I think those are very, he should be very proud of those marks.
And presentation 5.7, 5.8, and good scores for Michael Weiss. Right now, let's go back to Peter Carruthers, who's with a skating fan who's taking in the action here in his adopted hometown. Peter?
Thank you, Terry. 6-time U.S. champion Todd Eldridge. Todd, there have been a lot of rumors swirling around here that you might go back to the Nationals and try to win your 7th U.S. title. What are the chances for that?
Well, it's a little bit more complicated than just competing or not competing at the Nationals this year. I've kept my eligibility and I've tried to work with the USFSA to promote the sport of figure skating. Since the Olympic Games and I feel like kind of fallen out of favor a little bit recently with the association. They once I joined Stars on Ice as opposed to Champions on Ice, which is a sponsor for them. I lost a contract that I had to do several events and make certain appearances around the country at various clubs. And with that said, I feel that the support just isn't there from them. And I feel that I'll always be a part of the association and want to at least work for the athletes so that they're treated fairly and with the respect they deserve in the future. But at this point, I've pretty much been left no other choice but to turn professional and not compete this year at the national championships.
Well, you're a good ambassador for the sport, and we wish you luck with all of your endeavors.
Thank you.
Terry?
Well, Peter, we expected an announcement from Todd Eldridge, but not that one. We'll certainly try to follow up, get a reaction from the U.S. Figure Skating Association as the show continues. Up next, the Olympic champion will be on the ice. Alexei Yagudin. Will his injured hip hold up? We'll find out as the Crest White Strips International Figure Skating Challenge continues.
С Новым годом! In English, it means season greetings and Happy New Year.
Spasiba. Thank you, Arena, for the holiday greeting. Up next, fellow Russian. The Olympic champion Alexei Yagudin takes the ice. He's been plagued by an injury to his hip, which forced him to withdraw from Skate America. But now he hopes to gain some momentum for the season, taking each step in stride.
So far, I'm doing better every day, and unfortunately, I still not capable of showing like 150% while I'm skating. But I just decided to come here because I can't miss anything, and I still have to be at the competition. So I'm doing better right now. I can't say that I'm doing great, but this is life, and this is sport life, and no one can avoid serious injuries, especially the pro athletes.
He represents Russia. Please welcome now Alexei Yagudin.
It's been a tough road for Alexei Yagudin. One moment he thinks his career might be over. The next moment he thinks he's okay. Maybe 2 weeks off the ice, 3 weeks off the ice, that's it. But the fact is, he is definitely injured at this point, but he is here competing in Detroit. Here is the Olympic champ.
What he's got planned is a minimum amount of jumps. No quadruples, mostly doubles. So we'll have to rely upon the impact of his skating without the jumps. Let's move a triple flip. Jump here, but I guess he's feeling well. And now it's a double Salchow. Flying camel into a back sit spin. Program is changing as he does it, I guess depending upon how he feels.
You know, Dick, there are a number of reasons he is on the ice right now competing, and one of them certainly is money. At this point in your career, you want to try to
maximize,
stay in the fire as long as you can and make as much as you can. But were you ever at a point in your career where you were injured and maybe shouldn't have been on the ice?
Yes, a year ago.
During your competitive career, I mean.
No, I wasn't. No, I was very fortunate. Really doing some nice revolution jumps, and a lot more than he said he was going to do. Triple Salchow. Circular footwork, trademark tap dancing, a lot of toe work, very difficult. The nice thing about it is he keeps the speed going, the energy up. repetition of a single move becomes effective just in its own right.
Got to be thrilled to get through that.
Well, you know, I just don't understand that program. It seemed to me to be a sort of a put-together combination of what he has done. Not his best. A lot of moves left out of it, but very acceptable. You know, it's fun to watch him.
I think he's probably just testing himself to see what the injury will allow him to do.
Well, that certainly was all over. It wasn't the usual Alexei Yagudin.
Well, but he knew that going in.
The flashes of temperament were there.
Don't tell that to the crowd here, though. Many of them on their feet here in Detroit for the Olympic champ.
Now, look at this toe loop right here. The stretch back to good revolution, height, speed, everything about it. But it was only a triple, but it was a very neat jump. I mean, to say it's only a triple is really something. And here, watch this again as he does a triple right there. Again, very neat and clean. What can I tell you? And look at this slide. Now, that's kind of interesting and back sort of from the days of the ice capades. The kind of thing that makes interesting skating in my book. The variation.
The judges mark for Alexei Yagudin.
And the world champion 4 times over now sits alongside his coach, Tatiana Tarasova, whom he credits for helping him win the Olympic championship. The first set for technical merit, 5-1 to 5-3.
Well, I think that's a reflection of the fact that he just really didn't pull off what we know he can do. And sometimes that's what happens.
Absolutely. And the presentation marks now, there they are for Alexei Yagudin, who goes into 3rd place overall.
And those were a little over-generous. Under on one side and over on the other.
And right now, let's join Peter Carruthers once again for a report. Peter?
Thank you, Terry. We just received a written notice from the United States Figure Skating Association in regard to Todd Eldridge's announcement to turn professional and not compete at next month's National Figure Skating Championships. The USFSA is very surprised about his decision. Late this summer, the USFSA granted a special exception that allowed Todd to retain his Olympic-eligible status while skating in non-sanctioned tours and events. They dispute his comments that a contract was canceled this season. The contract between the USFSA and Todd, in their words, was expired last season. They say they welcome Todd's involvement in the future and look forward to his participation in the development of the next generation of skaters. But right now, Terry, it seems that these two parties are worlds apart.
Well, Peter, hopefully the two sides will work something out, because you'd hate for this, a dispute like this, to keep Todd Eldridge away from the competitive circuit. When we continue, fellow American Timothy Gable takes the ice. The Olympic bronze medalist from Salt Lake City is next after this message and a word from our ABC stations. You're watching ABC Sports Championship Television. And on the ice next, set to go, the Olympic bronze medalist, Timothy Gable. An injury to his right hip forced him off the Grand Prix Series this season, but now he is back, and he has his sights set on Dallas next month.
I'm not quite 100% in where I want to be with my training, but I feel like my body is almost 100%, and I feel like between now and Nationals, I'll really be able to get myself ready to skate some really solid programs.
Well, in football, they always said the knee, always the knee. In figure skating, it seems to be the hip. There are so many hip injuries now in skating. And for the first time this season, we see Timothy Gable take the ice against the top men in the world. He did skate in one event prior to this, back in Daytona, but he missed the entire Grand Prix Series to this point.
First move, a triple Lutz. Triple loop. Clean as a whistle. This a quadruple. Look at the tightness of the revolutions, the triple toe was just not there. But the revolution in the air is wonderful to look at. Not a good stretch of line there. Really too much difference of angle between the upper and lower portions of the body. This a triple axel. Triple toe. A wonderful combination. His ability to spin in the air is first rate.
Full training in the middle of November. Says one of his main goals this year is to continue the themes of his programs throughout the entire program in every event.
Serpentine footwork. Interesting steps. Straight legs, tight, clean, the whole thing. That was magnificent. Salchow. This combination, spin, somewhat rocky. Centering here. Look at how tight the turns are. Watch the skate on the ice and you'll see that centering. Well, it was certainly you know, I think a very difficult program with a lot of intriguing moves and intricate things. I think tonight may not have been his night to sparkle quite as much as I've seen him do in the past.
Yeah, maybe just important emotionally, coming back off the injury and actually getting out and competing for the first time in a long time.
This opening move was first a triple Lutz right there. Watch the landing, very nice, right up into a triple loop. Difficult entry, difficult position, but very well done. The next moves right here were a quad Salchow. 1, 2, 3, 4 revolutions, landing in perfect position and into that triple toe. A little bit of a shortened landing edge, but really, I mean, fine. And here a quadruple toe later on. 1, 2, 3, 4. But watch the landing. The foot does not flow out. It sort of jams itself into the ice right on the landing, and it of course destroys the jump.
Now in the kiss and cry area, along with his coach, Frank Carroll, who he's been with since May of 2000 when he left Cleveland to go out to L.A. El Segundo, to be precise. The first set for technical merit now, 5.6 to 5.8, Dick.
And those are very acceptable marks. There's a lot of good elements in there. I think that the interpretive program marks, the artistic impression was just not as good as he can do.
In the 5.5, 5.6 range for presentation, 3 2s, a couple of 4s from the judges, and right now Timothy Gable goes into second place. Could be an important event for Michael Weiss. He still has the lead. Up next, the man who finished just ahead of Gable at the Salt Lake City Olympics, Yevgeny Plushenko, who's had plenty of reasons to smile so far this season.
Hi, I'm Evgeny Plushenko. Поздравляю всех с праздником. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays from my family to yours.
And Sasha will definitely be one of the stars January 18th in Dallas. The State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships come your way. We'll have live coverage of the men's finals at 4 Eastern. Then in prime time at 8 o'clock Eastern, live coverage of the ladies on ABC Sports Championship Television. The State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships.
Down to the final skater. So far, it's Michael Weiss who has the lead, then Timothy Gable in second place, 2 Americans at the top. But taking the ice right now, the Olympic silver medalist, Yevgeny Plushenko.
He's always had an incredible amount of flair and almost unbelievable moves and positions. The music, St. Petersburg 300. Tribute to the 300th anniversary of St. Petersburg.
That occurs in 2003.
And this combination, if he does it, should be smashing. Quadruple toe, triple toe, just loop on the end of it. No, it's just wonderful, wonderful. Really one of the most difficult moves I think I've ever seen in skating.
First man ever to do a quad triple. That was at Cup of Russia recently.
Here again, a quadruple toe. Heavy drama. He just loves the bizarre arm movements, the hand movements. You really wonder where he finds them all, but they fascinate you. Good, bad, or indifferent, you're always watching.
Yeah, this part of the music must be where the revolution took place in St. Petersburg.
Well, it's so typically Russian and so typically Plushenko. He likes high drama, high flair. What is called a donut spin. really are spectacular. Good height, good revolution in the air. The spin's not quite up to it, this camel spin, really not in the best of position. Straight line footwork. Sort of like stops the motion of the program. You sort of get feeling that he was influenced by Alexei Yagutin into doing something pretty spiffy and spectacular here. That's not a good sit-spin position. The final spin combination. Way out of position there. You know, he really fascinates me as a skater. I think he's got extraordinary energy. He's got a great sense of flair. It's always as though somebody should come in and choreograph him, tone him down, tone him up, whatever you have to do to make it all pull together. But I never fail to watch him. He always grips my attention.
And this performance looked more relaxed, more confident than we've seen the entire season so far.
And less energetic and less pushy.
So will it be Michael Weiss or Yevgeny Plashenko who captures the gold medal here? Come back to check Plashenko's marks to find out.
Brilliant performance. There it is. Oh, look at the flowers coming on the ice. Just marvelous. The entire arena. Everyone out of their seats here. Standing ovation.
Such confidence.
What a performance.
Wow. She did 7 triple jumps in this program.
The heart of a champion. Beautiful moment for her. Just beautiful.
From the smallest beginnings to the biggest events, the United States Figure Skating Association is there for you. We teach America to skate. United States Figure Skating, building America's champions.
Hi, my name is Anne Patrice McDonough, and I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And a reminder, live at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, Monday Night Football comes your way. The Pats take on the Titans. Can Tom Brady lead the Patriots to another Super Bowl run? We take a look at his latest streak at ESPN.com. Keyword Monday Night Football. Meanwhile, Yevgeny Plashenko in the kiss and cry area alongside his coach, Alexei Mishin. If I were a wagering man, I'd say you're looking at the gold medalist right now.
Now, look at this, right as he steps into this quadruple toe, right there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now watch him tap up into a triple toe loop and a triple loop jump. Little bit of a bad pull out on the end. He really fell apart, but you've got to give him credit for trying. That's one heck of a difficult one. Look at this, though, as he steps into this quadruple toe right there. Perfect, straight, tight lines. Wonderfully crossed feet, stretched legs.
So now, the marks for Plashenko. The first set for technical merit. Oh, Dick, look at those. 5/8, 5/9.
Well, they should be. I mean, he really did pull off some magnificent quadruple jumps and triple jumps left and right.
And now the marks for presentation, which are usually a little bit higher for Plashenko. There they are, 5/8. Well, how about the perfect 6?
It's interesting that that was from the Russian judge. Oh, I wonder how that happened.
There's a shocker. But there's no question, Yevgeny Plashenko has been the best here in Detroit. Plashenko wins the gold medal. And Michael Weiss, another good outing for him, though. He settles for the silver. Timothy Gable ends up with the bronze here, ahead of Takeshi Honda from Japan. Right now, let's go back and join Peter Carruthers.
Thank you, Terry. For Yevgeny Plashenko, 7 triples, 2 quads, but the quad triple combination not as good as Cup of Russia. What happened there?
Yeah, I did a little bit mistake, but for this moment, for me, it's okay, no problem. I did a little bit mistake, but I look forward to Grand Prix final. I try my best, and I think I will do it clean.
Do you feel that you're the best male skater in the world right now?
I don't know. I don't like talk about myself. I like if you talk about me just a little bit.
All right, well, congratulations on your win here. Terry Gannon, the flower of humility definitely grows in his garden.
All right, Peter, so from names like Plishenko, Weiss, and Yagudin, we turn to names like Sarah Hughes, Irina Slutskaya, and Sasha Cohen. The ladies take the ice when we come back to Detroit after this message and a word from our ABC stations. You're watching ABC Sports Championship Television. It's an early holiday gift for skating fans as Olympic champion Sarah Hughes returns to the competitive ice from injury. She squares off with the silver medalist from Salt Lake City, Irina Slutskaya, and American Sasha Cohen, who rides a wave of momentum into Detroit to challenge the top 2 in the world. The ladies skate next. And back inside the Palace of Auburn Hills here in suburban Detroit, the Crest White Strips International Figure Skating Challenge continues. The ladies are on the ice warming up to skate for the gold medal here. Hi again, everybody. Terry Gannon back with you. Just as we had for the men, it's an awfully impressive group of ladies that is set to skate for the gold here in Detroit. It includes 3 of the top 4 skaters in the world and another showdown, a revisiting of the Olympics in Salt Lake City, if you will. Remember how close it was between Sarah Hughes and Irina Slutskaya of Russia, a 5-4 split on the panel that night in Salt Lake. We turn our attention now to the Olympic champ, Peggy Fleming. And Peggy, it was close in Salt Lake City. We'll see what happens here in Detroit, but this is the first meeting since that event for those two.
Well, Terry, after watching these two at their very first practice together, I was struck by the almost regal quality Sarah has now. Even though she's playing catch-up because of her injury and hasn't competed this season, she has an inner strength, and we know she has been a proven competitor. On the other hand, I hardly recognized Irina Slutskaya. Her look is so different this year, and her practice had no spark to it. Today, she had a better practice, but truthfully, neither Irina or Sarah look like they were in fighting shape yet. The excitement of the practice belonged to Sasha Cohen, who's made dramatic changes this year and has already won 2 gold medals at the Grand Prix Series. She really looks ready to set the world on fire as we approach the national championships in just a few weeks. I'm still not completely confident on her jump consistency, but the influence of her new coach, Tatiana Tarasova, has made a dramatic difference in every aspect of Sasha's skating.
And if you're an odds maker, what, early line favorite?
Well, I think Sasha looks terrific at this point, so I would probably think she is the favorite going into the nationals at this time.
Came in 4th at the Olympics, but she's on a roll right now. By the way, the cones out there, it's not a construction site, by the way. They had a problem with the Zamboni and the ice make, and right now the cones are out there because there's a divot in the ice. We'll see if they stay out there or not. What about Mr. Button's thought on this group? It's a pretty impressive group, huh, Dick?
Don't ask me to say who's going to win. I know better than do that, particularly in the ladies' competition.
You've done it before.
Well, I've got to tell you, though, I mean, this competition is less about marks and winning than other championships. I mean, it doesn't lead to a world championship title. So when I went to the ladies' practice session, I kind of had sort of a mini epiphany. I mean, there seemed a really conscious effort to promote just the quality of skating. First of all, there was a much more classical bent to it. Look at the music. Nary a soundtrack, nor a movie background score, nor a program with weak melody. Imagine, the composers were Strauss and Rachmaninoff, Puccini, Verdi, and a little Bach and Vivaldi. The kind of music that was de rigueur in my day, and you know how long ago that was, if you can count at all. And that meant that there were no bumps and grinds and very little opportunity for frivolous frumpery. What seemed important was a new emphasis on just the art of skating, curving edges, flow, intriguing choreography, along with the usual emphasis on triple jumps. Mostly, it seemed an affirmation of the joy of skating. And you know what? I really liked what I saw.
Now, by the way, if I see any frivolous frumpery out, I'm going to point that out right away, okay?
Will you recognize it?
I can't promise that. Here's the order in which the ladies will take the ice. Up first, the young American, Jenny Kirk, and then another young skater from the U.S., and Patrice McDonough, followed by the top 3, Irina Slutskaya, Sasha Cohen, and the Olympic champ, Sarah Hughes. So we're set to go. One free skate for the ladies lasting 4 minutes, and on the ice is the 18-year-old from Newton, Massachusetts, Jenny Kirk.
And she is unveiling a new free skate program here.
By the way, Peter Carruthers tells us that each skater will have the option of leaving those cones on the ice or taking them off the ice, and Jenny has left them on. Make sure she knows where the divot is in the ice.
Nice opening triple loop jump. Nice speed over the ice. Now combination triple flip, double toe. Very smooth.
Unfortunate pop out. You see a little lightness, a little glamour, a little lighthearted comedy in her skating. That's what this music is all about.
Didn't have to travel far to get here for this event. She now trains in Rochester Hills, which is nearby here in Michigan. Lives with her sister Emily and is coached by Richard Callahan.
Now another combination here, this triple toe, double toe. Very nice. Nice big smile on that landing.
This is what the music is all about. Madcap comedy, lighthearted deceit, wonderful femininity.
Any frivolous frumpery yet, Dick?
Oh, she's lovely with this. I think this is her kind of music. She's growing into it so well. Look at this.
Position could be more stretched, faster in that flying camel.
It's a nice growing up for this young lady.
She's a very pleasant skater to watch.
Final spin combination, good positions. Catch foot. And a good back cross foot. Back scratch. You know, it's really been a nice development for her. I mean, I see a growing up, a maturity that's much more interesting than what it was just a year or two ago. Of course, some of the jumps need to be settled in a little bit, but, you know, a really nice quality about her and about this music. I think it's a good choice for her.
It's been a so-so season so far, a fourth at Skate America, sixth at Skate Canada, but Jenny Kirk may have just turned things around here in Detroit.
Here's the one mistake she made in this program, this triple Lutz attempt, and I wonder if those cones kind of distracted her from the concentration doing that jump. And then she tried another combination here, this triple toe, double toe, which went very well, nice and straight in the air, good solid landing, nice flow in between these jumps, and very happy about it.
So again, there'll be 2 sets of marks. And remember, just like the men's event, there are 5 judges on the panel. First set for technical merit, 5 2s across the board.
Yeah, those are relatively low. Some of the moves were quite beautifully done. And of course, she had one pop out.
And now the second set for presentation, the overall artistry of the program, 5 4s across the board. At least those marks are consistent from the judges for Jenny Kirk. When we come back, another young American takes the ice. And Patrice McDonough, who has already won a silver medal in the Grand Prix Series this season. She'll skate as we continue from Detroit. Don't forget, join us January 18th for the State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships. We'll have the dance along with live coverage of the men at 4 Eastern. And then, in prime time, we'll have the pairs and the ladies live. Michelle Kwan going after an amazing 7th U.S. Championship on ABC Sports Championship Television. And at the National Championships, the past 2 seasons, a 6th and a 7th place finish for the next skater to take the ice here in Detroit, and Patrice McDonough, the 2000 Junior National Champion, 17 years of age from Colorado Springs.
And she is very calm and composed on the ice. Very elegant young lady.
Too bad what happened to her in the Grand Prix this year. All she needed was a 5th place finish at Cup of Russia, and she would be going to the Grand Prix final, but someone dropped the ball, and she didn't have the necessary visa to get into Russia.
But she is such a talent. Very beautiful vision on the ice. Triple flip, double toe, a double toe, a double flip, a double toe.
And again, a double instead of a triple, Sarko.
She started this program so strong and so confident. Together again.
They spiraled her back too low. Not enough stretch, not enough arch. It doesn't compare with the other ladies' spirals. Elegant style to her skating, and her jumps are magnificently secure.
That is a beautiful spin.
Very flexible. Note the way she reaches back there, straight and very good, but it only went into a double Lutz, not a triple.
combination. Nice positions. Be a little bit faster.
What do you think, Peggy?
Well, she ended up doing 4 triples in this program. A little weak, but she is still just such an elegant skater to watch. But she needs to bring it up a notch, I think, to compete with the top level that's out there today.
The 2002 World Junior Champion, 17-year-old Ann Patrice McDonough.
Her opening combination, this triple Lutz double toe, was very well done. She reaches back, nice and straight in the air, nice edge going into that double toe, and a nice flowing edge coming out of that double toe loop. It was a very nice beginning. And this was toward the end, the split jump into this triple flip. She does this mazurka right there, and there she taps in and pulls up and almost 2 foots that jump, but held on to it.
A mazurka, huh?
Yeah,
you gotta like that.
That's like an old move.
There you go.
Tap move.
Technical merit marks, 5-1 to 5-4.
Well, I think those are probably right. I mean, she only landed those 4 triples out of this program, and she just didn't give it that attack or that energy.
The crowd expected better. Presentation marks 5.3 up to 5.6 for Ann Patrice McDonough, who does take the lead over Jenny Kirk. On the ice next, it's Arina Slutskaya, the reigning Olympic silver medalist, the 2002 world champion, taking on Sarah Hughes for the first time this season.
Hey, I'm Alexei Gudin. I want to wish all of you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
And Alexei's alias, of course, is Olympic champion. In that vein, we remind you that tomorrow at 9, 8 Central, she's a double agent who isn't afraid to mix it up with the bad boys. A new alias tomorrow at 9, 8 Central on ABC. 2 Americans have skated so far here at the Crest White Strips International Figure Skating Challenge for the ladies. But on the ice right now, the first of the top 3 here, Arina Slutskaya from Russia.
What a different style from last year. The long hair, the reddish color of it, the clothes, everything. I mean, it's just a mature lady now compared to that young apple-cheeked gal we saw just a few years back.
She's skating to the opera La Traviata. She is a wonderful natural jumper, has incredible height, opening with the triple Lutz. Oh, just did a double.
Turned out of that, too.
But maybe it was a distraction of those cones at the end of the rink. I saw her eye go toward that.
Yeah, and Patrice McDonough did the same thing after every jump at this end of the rink.
Connections between those two when you don't have the freedom of putting a toe pick in.
Peggy, do you get the feeling that it's just a post-Olympic year, or her priorities have changed? She talked to us in Japan at the NHK Trophy about wanting to start a family very soon.
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, she's got to really redirect her life, and she wants to go on and have a family young. She can still do that and still compete, so she can have it all. It's just up to her.
seems to be out of shape or not in fighting trim.
Or maybe she's not focusing either on this, that she has other things she's thinking about. Look like they've improved a little bit since last season.
I think the whole sense of style, has. I think she's really improved a great deal on that. She's concentrated on it and worked on it. Still has a long way to go, but it is better.
This final triple toe. She attempted it again.
I mean, what's going on here? It's like every jump is landing with no revolutions, and even there on 2 feet.
Well, she has a history of kind of throwing jumps in at the last minute if she misses it early on. So she has had a history of it and has been successful at it once in a while. But apparently not tonight. She only completed 3 triples in this whole program. That's very uncharacteristic.
That certainly was not her performance in any way tonight. Almost every jump, either a mistake or a miss or a pop out or something. And there was no excitement to the program, no flair, no anything that just really pulled it out of the ordinary. What a shame.
And here was the start of the disaster, her attempt at this triple Lutz right at the beginning. And look at her, look at those cones right there. I think that was part of the problem. And here again is her attempt at this triple flip in the middle of the program. Here she taps in and goes up in the air and doesn't finish the rotation. Very sloppy, unfocused. At the very end of the program, this attempt at this triple toe, a very easy triple, and she opens out on it. She can't believe she's done this.
So it may be close at the top. We'll see. The first set now, 5.0, the low mark up to 5.3, a couple of those.
Well, I mean, forgive me, but I don't see how she gets first places from the first 3 judges on that performance, which was an utter disaster. What are we talking about here? I love the gal, but it was disaster.
As you mentioned, 3 of the judges, 3 out of 5, put her in first place, and that's where she is right now. She has the lead. Up next, though, Sasha Cohen, who's had a great showing so far this year with wins at Skate Canada and Trophy La Ligue. Now she's hoping to continue that momentum here and at the Nationals next month.
It feels great standing on top of the podium, and that's where I always want to be. It takes a lot of hard work to get there, but just, you know, standing on top, hearing, you know, the anthem play and seeing the flag, it's just kind of an emotional moment, and just knowing that I've worked hard and to have become the best in a competition. It's a feeling that you get knowing that, you know, being a competitor, working hard every day, and to accomplish something like that is a great feeling, and it's going to motivate me for future wins, I hope.
18-year-old Sasha Cohen takes the ice right after this message and a word from our ABC station. You're watching ABC Sports Championship Television.
ABC Sports coverage of the Crest White Strips International Figure Skating Challenge continues.
Please welcome our next competitor from the United States, Sasha Cohen.
So far, Irina Slutskaya has the lead here in Detroit, but 2 great skaters set to go. Right now, Sasha Cohen on the ice. She finished 4th at the Olympics in Salt Lake, but she's had a great year so far. Wins at Skate Canada and Trophy La Ligue.
Difference in this young lady, more soft line, longer lines. It's a new focus to her skating, and opening with this triple Lutz.
triple sitting on the first jump, fell out and landed so beautifully. Such a deep knee, and the second one was the problem. Just a triple Lutz. Her back is so exquisitely perfect. It is so flat, you could iron a shirt on her back, and it would come out perfectly.
And now another combination, this triple flip, double toe. Very solid. She looks very calm, very in control on these jumps. She's really taking her time, and there's a calmness about her technique now.
There's been a major change in her camp, though. Tatiana Tarasova, of course, her coach, Nikolai Morozov, has left that camp, the choreographer. And Tarasova will no longer coach U.S. ice dance champions Wang and Chernyshев or the Canadian champs, Bourne and Kratz.
Combination coming up, this triple toe, half loop, triple Salchow. Very nice. Exquisite layback spin, the centering of it.
Exquisite leg stretching and turning together. I mean, that's really mind-bogglingly beautiful. And so is this spiral.
It doesn't get any better than this. This is like a perfect extension. It is in a perfect split.
Line footwork coming up. Again, you can see the influence of Alexei Yagodin's tap dancing straight line.
This is just an awesome footwork sequence. There's a lot of tight moves, sharpness, strength.
To me, it doesn't fit into the overall part of the program. It kind of breaks the rhythm of it.
But I think it really adds some real interest to this program. She has just got incredible extension. And then this final headless scratch spin. Wonderful. Awesome. She is
an overall exquisite skater. She is just marvelous. Her positions, her style, her backs, the stretch of the legs, the spins, the quality of the whole thing is just magnificent. If only she can keep those little mistakes out of the program, she will be an almost unbeatable skater. Simply glorious and magnificent positions and elegance and line.
She does things that shouldn't physically be possible on the ice. Sasha Cohen.
And this was her opening jump, this triple Lutz, triple toe, right at the very beginning. Beautiful triple Lutz, nice straight back in the air, nice flowing edge into this triple toe. And she stepped out of that. This was the only mistake she made in this program. And this spiral is probably the best spiral in the world today. It is a perfect extension. Look at this split position. It can't get any better than that.
It's ironic because In the Grand Prix, she had 2 wins, but probably her best performance came at Cup of Russia, where she came in second. But marvelous here in Detroit. The first set, 5-7, 5-8 range, Peggy.
Well, she is so focused and so awesome. She is a new Sasha Cohen when it comes to doing her jumps with good technique.
And as always, the presentation marks very high. 1s across the board from the judges for Sasha Cohen. She is the new leader. But there's 1 skater left, and she is the Olympic champion. Sarah Hughes is back from injury. She'll skate for gold when we continue.
Hi, I'm Michael Weiss, and from my family to yours, I'd like to wish you happy holidays.
There'll be plenty of presents under the Weiss Christmas tree for his 2 young kids, no doubt. Don't forget, Monday night, Al Michaels, John Madden are in the Music City for a huge showdown between division leaders. Tom Brady leading the Super Bowl champs, the Patriots, taking on Steve McNair and the Titans, live at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ABC. Meanwhile, we are down to the final skater here in Detroit, and it's the headliner, Sarah Hughes, who's on the ice. She makes her return from an injury that's kept her away from the ice, but because of that, her goals here are much more limited.
Really, I'm looking at it as really the first step in my season. I will be doing my long program, and it's a little more modified than hopefully it will be later. But I'm just looking forward to putting it out there. I haven't had an enormous amount of time to work on it. It's still in the very initial stages, the beginning stages, and I just want to see how it feels. You know, hopefully I'll learn where to breathe and where to take a little rest and where to really push. And that's what I was so proficient at last year, was that I knew my program so well. So, you know, this is just, you know, just to go and see how it goes out there.
Coming back from strained muscles and tendons behind her right knee, but now back in action, the Olympic champion, Sarah Hughes. And you know, she's won an Olympic gold medal. She's been to the Grammys, to the New York Stock Exchange, to the White House, but you don't know you're the top dog until you've had a New York deli sandwich named after you. And now she has that as well. Good to see her back here in Detroit.
She knew that winning the Olympics was going to be a distraction, but she knew that it was worth it, and now she wants to get back and be focused on competing again. Opening move is this double axel.
Beautiful exit edge.
Beautiful. Watch this back spiral right here into a triple loop. Very difficult.
There's a very uplifting and elegant quality about her skating. It's suddenly as though she's no longer 17, no longer a teenager. Great maturity.
Peggy, I know this isn't the Olympics or the World Championships, but anytime you take the ice as the Olympic champion, do you feel like you have a bullseye on your back?
Oh, you certainly do, and it never goes away, no matter what you wear.
added to make it much lighter, much more effervescent in feeling.
Position in this layback spin. Look at her leg position. It's absolutely perfect. She got through it. You know, that's the important thing. She got through the program. It was really the first time she's done this performance. It will be the national program that she does in the national, but it will be more stepped up in difficulty at that time. In the meantime, she accomplished it. First time after injury. She should be very proud of herself.
I think she's relieved as much as anything. You saw Robin Wagner, her coach, a moment ago, standing and applauding, and Sarah Hughes was very nervous when she took the ice here.
She certainly was. I know she felt that she wasn't really ready for this competition, but she really fights through, and that's, you know, the mark of a true champion. She ended up doing 5 triples in this new program.
There's a comfort level here. I mean, she's really becoming a very mature skater. She's no longer a teenager, even though she's still 17.
And this move, this back spiral into this triple loop, a very difficult entrance there, and up she goes. A little wrap landing, but she pulled it off. And here is her layback spin, which she does absolutely exquisite. The beautiful leg position and foot position, nice arch in the back. Very well done.
I don't know, however, whether it will be enough, because Sasha Cohen was terrific.
Well, again, I don't think that's the issue of this championship. It's how they skate. Both of them skated well. Sasha magnificently, and this very competently and very maturely.
Yeah, but you always like to win.
Of course.
Technical merit marks, 5.5 to 5.8. It's been nice to be able to see which judges give which marks, too, hasn't it? That's been fun.
Well, in this case, they were all equal.
The second set for presentation in the 5.7, 5.8 range, and a few tears, I think, from Sarah Hughes. Relieved and very happy about the way she skated here in her comeback from injury. But it is Sasha Cohen who captures the gold medal. Her run continues this season. She has been terrific. Sarah Hughes captures the silver, and Arina Slutskaya settles for the bronze. Right now, Peter Carruthers is with the champion.
Sasha Cohen, you came in here with confidence, determination, and focus, and you upset the Olympic champion and the Olympic silver medalist. What does this do for your confidence?
I think that, you know, the most important thing for myself was skating better and better than I have with every performance, and getting, you know, more confidence in my skating. And I just feel like I've become a stronger competitor, pulling out good skates when I haven't had that much time to prepare.
Well, were those cones a little bit of a distraction out there during the performance?
A little bit, something to adjust to. We kind of laughed about it before we went on, but, you know, it was kind of hard if you got too close and you hit cement.
Well, as you look forward to the national championships, what's the game plan going to be from here on in?
Definitely to attack, not hold back. You know, put in the triple-triple and the triple-half-triple, and just try to give out a strong and just, you know, perfect performance.
Well, congratulations here, and we look forward to seeing you at the national championships.
Thank you.
Terry?
All right, Peter, thanks. Don't forget, we're with you next at the State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships, January 12th on ESPN and January 18th on ABC. Up next, except for those of you on the West Coast, the World Golf Championships. For our producer, Kathy Cook, and our director, David Kiviat, For Peggy Fleming, Dick Button, and Peter Carruthers, I'm Terry Gannon. So long and happy holidays from Auburn Hills, Michigan. Merry Christmas, everybody.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.